The time has come to rectify a childhood trauma. I wanted to play Epic Mickey so badly when it first came out, but it was exclusive to the Nintendo Wii. And being only a stupid child, I could not acquire a Nintendo Wii. I did get to play Epic Mickey 2 because it was multi-platform, but that game wasn't as good as the original. So I was super happy when they announced Epic Mickey Rebrushed. When I was thinking about how to do a video or videos about Epic Mickey, I quickly thought about doing a dub of the whole game. There's only a few cutscenes that have actual voice acting beyond just grunts and other such noises. I believe that the game's director said it was a mistake to make it that way, and they did not dub over the game when they made Epic Mickey Rebrushed, so I thought, fine, I'll do it myself. I have a little bit of experience making audiobooks on this channel. The audiobooks I make are of public domain books, of course. But as I played the game, there was a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about, and I got a lot of very comical ideas, so this is going to be partly a dub of the cutscenes, but there's also going to be a lot more to it. To explain what I'm talking about, here's something funny that's going to happen later in the video. First thing I did was use a guardian to turn one of the enemies friendly, and that enemy ended up being the only one that managed to hit me. I guess that just means this game is realistic, because it's the ones you befriend that are the most likely to hurt you. This first cutscene is one of the voiced ones, so I'm not going to dub it, but I will have some commentary to intermix with it. In we go! That book is the perfect thing to open with. A big part of Epic Mickey is forgotten cartoon characters and shedding light on older Disney cartoons. This opening has such obvious inspiration from Through the Mirror, which was a Mickey Mouse cartoon. They even modeled some of the stuff in Mickey's room off of that.
A long time ago, on a very peculiar day, my mirror lured someone out of his bed and opened a doorway to my workshop. I do not know if the mirror was being mischievous or malicious.
They showed the opening cutscene when the game was first announced, I think. So I had heard this stuff a long time ago, but I didn't put it together until recently, the significance of him not knowing if the mirror was being mischievous or malicious. Actually playing the game, I realized that there are so many instances where you can do the wrong thing intentionally or you can do the wrong thing accidentally. We'll get into a lot of those examples, as you'll see. I think that's a big theme of Epic Mickey, is realizing that you can screw things up even if you don't have malintent.
Perhaps it knew that the curious intruder had a role to play in my project.
Perhaps the mirror knew he had a role to play in the project. I looked into a lot of stuff about this game back in the day. I don't remember everything from it though, and as I record this, I haven't finished playing the game, so I'm not really sure if or how Mickey makes things better than they were when he found them. I'll have to remember to comment on that.
I was putting the finishing touches on my latest creation. A world for things that have been forgotten.
I didn't realize how much they upgraded this opening cutscene until I saw a comparison video that showed this version and the original version. It definitely helps that most of the cutscenes were in a different art style that didn't really need touching up, so they only felt the need to upgrade a few cutscenes. And it definitely looks really good. I don't think there's ever been a time when Mickey Mouse has looked this good in 3D animation.
Satisfied with my progress, I put the magic brush down and retired to my chambers. Had I known what events would follow, I would have locked away everything. Paint, brush, and thinner. And rushed to see what had happened. But I was too late. The world I had created was ravaged. A wasteland.
At first, I hated the idea of Mickey being the one to create the blots and bring so much ruin to the wasteland. I'm often frustrated by stories where the hero is the one who caused the problem in the first place. It keeps making me think that that person doesn't deserve the title of hero, since people would have been just as well off if that person never showed up. But like I was saying, this ties into those themes of accidentally screwing things up, so I have since come around to the idea. And as I was saying, they might have Mickey make things better than they were when he found them. In my mind, you can have the hero create problems as long as they also solve problems that they didn't cause.
The mysterious intruder was gone. I did not learn his identity. Well, not for a very long time.
The uninitiated might not realize this, but all of those images on the calendar were actually from different Mickey Mouse cartoons. You'd think with the protagonist being Mickey Mouse, there'd be a lot of rules in place to keep them from going so intense. But the fact that they go this intense this quickly helps to establish this as a Mickey Mouse project that goes a few extra miles further than what you usually see. It's so nice to see the Mickey Mouse world being used for something with bigger ambitions. Yes, this looks very similar to Disneyland. The wasteland in this game is so cool because it's like a dark, twisted version of Disneyland. Sort of a best of both worlds in a way that mixes very well without really feeling contradictory. It's such a cool style that they pull off in this game. Fun fact, this is the first project where Oswald and Mickey appeared together. A lot of you probably already know this, but for a long time Disney did not have the rights to Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. But one of the first things that Bob Iger did when he became the CEO of Disney was make a deal to get Oswald the Lucky Rabbit back, and this is one of the first things they put him in. Ironically, they have not done that much else with Oswald. And at this point, Oswald has become public domain, so they went to all that trouble to get the rights back, only for them to have him for a few years and do just a few things with him before he became public domain. But in my opinion, it was worth it just for his appearance in the Epic Mickey games. I just love how Mickey is strong enough to tear through steel like that. Little did the Blot know that Mickey wouldn't get the tutorial to use that brush for a little bit longer, so he could have knocked Mickey out right then. Immediately, this game looks so gorgeous. Cartoony darkness, the stained glass windows with pictures of Disney villains. It looks so good. I have to get home. I got pulled into this place by that ink monster. The Shadow Blot. It's a thing made of paint and thinner. That, Blot seemed awfully scared of this brush. Wow! That's thinner. It dissolves anything painted. Gosh, I wonder what else this brush can do. That's paint. It restores things dissolved by thinner. You're quite the artist. Well, you're just full of surprises. I guess you soaked up some of the Blot. But I'm still me. Let's practice. Press and hold L2 you don't really need to hear the tutorial stuff, so I'll just skip that. This is such a cool gameplay mechanic, using thinner to destroy stuff and paint to recreate stuff. It's something you can just mess around with in the world, even if there's not much going on, and still be entertained. And you can see such a clear contrast between the painted surfaces and what's underneath painted surfaces after you've thinned it. Everything you paint is so clean and fresh and glossy, and a lot of the stuff that's there when you thinned it away is so torn up or rustic or shattered and in disrepair. In a game where the surroundings are so well made, it's such a great idea to have a gameplay mechanic that draws so much attention to the environment. Uh-oh! Seers, part of the Blot's Blotling army. Are they dangerous? Well, they're not good company. Get ready to fight. You can fight Blotlings in two ways. Hit them with thinner to murder them, to thin them out. Hit them with paint to turn them gay, friendly. And also gay. The Seers are only one type of Blotling. Other kinds of Blotlings are far worse. But you'll see soon enough. It's such a cool mechanic that they let you either kill your enemies or turn them into allies that fight for you. It sort of puts my mind in these interesting headspaces. I think that killing these enemies becomes so much darker when you think about the fact that you could have turned them into good people. Every time I walk up to a group of enemies, I think, do I feel like friendship or murder? That's Gremlin Calvin. He'll be so happy to get out of that cage. He looks mad enough to break that catapult. When you see other gremlins, try to help them. They're sure to be friends. There's a chamber there with that chest inside. When I played the demo for this game, I thought I could just crack open the chest and then rescue the gremlin. But then when I cracked open the chest, it messed with the pressure plate, and the gremlin got flung away into oblivion. And then Gus said something like, a real hero wouldn't do that. Like I said, you can very accidentally do some evil stuff in this game. So when I played the actual game, I made very sure to go straight to the gremlin. Thank you, Mickey. I feared the worst when the Mad Doctor put me in this thing. Now it won't endanger anyone else. Take this gold pen for freeing me. I kind of messed around in the castle for a little bit, so I'm just going to fast forward through that. Are you ready to enter the projector screen? The voice I've been using for Gus is the voice I use for the narrators in my audiobooks. I tried imitating Gus's voice, it didn't work, so I'm just going to use the closest thing I have to it. The rabbit went this way, but portals like this are how we get around. The rabbit is named Oswald. He set them up. What, a projector screen? What's so strange? Seems natural for cartoons. Well, what's in there? Just get ready to jump. The fact that the loading screens are so brief is kind of bittersweet. I mean, yes, it's always nice to not have long loading screens, but the concept art they put in the loading screens are so beautiful. And lately I've been playing Space Marine 2, which, don't get me wrong, I love Space Marine 2, but it has such long loading screens where you're just looking at pitch black darkness. If I could, I would swap how much time it takes in this game's loading screens versus that game's loading screens. What I'm trying to say is I would prefer that the cutscenes that are beautiful in this game would take longer rather than having the empty loading screens in Space Marine 2 take longer. These 2D levels that double as transportation between areas are all based off of old cartoons. This one's based off of Mickey and the Beanstalk, which is a segment of a movie called Fun and Fancy Free. A few days ago I recorded myself commenting on Fun and Fancy Free, but I did not end up liking the commentary I had in that recording session, so that's probably never going to see the light of day. But I do recommend Fun and Fancy Free to those who haven't already watched it. Maybe I'll try making a video about Fun and Fancy Free again, but do it in a different format. This background here is gorgeous, by the way. Hey, it's Gremlin Taistow. Apologies if that's an actual name that I'm not pronouncing correctly. What are you doing, Taistow? Hi, Gus. Someone sabotaged this door. It's gonna take paint to fix it. That's an impressive door. Definitely gremlin construction. None of the inferior races have the ability to construct something of such high quality. Hey Mickey, you can throw paint around. Why not paint those gears for Taistow? That'd be great. I've been working on that middle gear, so don't break it, please. Hooray! You fixed it. Oh no! Did you see that? It's a nasty thing related to those seers back there. I'll meet you farther down the line, I'm sure of it. Wait, that's not supposed to seal unless there's an emergency. Is this a trap? It is a trap! Someone shut the door, and now a spatter has leaked in here. Hey, I just killed your friend a second ago. Do you want to be friends? Arcal. Hold on now, that's Oswald. Could he have set this trap? Oh my, you've attracted a guardian, Mickey. The guardians you attract in this Morse tutorial stuff, basically they're an instant kill or instant befriend thing, and you get them for painting or thinning the surroundings. Hey, you there, help me! Deal with the creatures that have trapped me in here, please! First thing I did was use a guardian to turn one of the enemies friendly, and that enemy ended up being the only one that managed to hit me. I guess that just means this game is realistic, because it's the ones you befriend that are the most likely to hurt you. Alright, Spatters, just because Mickey went easy on you doesn't mean I will. Eat it. Is he seriously talking like he wasn't begging for help mere seconds ago? Blah blah blah, long story short, I got the wrench for him. As you can probably tell, this area is inspired by It's a Small World. The animals in this look like the animals from It's a Small World. There's different sections of this place that look like different countries, just like It's a Small World. And there's these porcelain dolls that look like the characters from It's a Small World. Hello, friends. It's a small world. And it's a short life. There's some spatters here in Chinese clothing, which is cultural appropriation. So naturally I decided to befriend them instead of killing them. Culture is for sharing, not for dividing. Hello, I'll be with you in just a sec. No, I was gonna befriend you.